Hi everyone, I'm Mike,
And I'm Dave,
and we're here to talk about the Myers-Briggs personality types.
which we love
We love so much.
and obsessed with.
Absolutely obsessed with. We cannot stop talking. We dream about them. And
So, some Freud shit for you.
that's right. And right now, I'm going to talk to Dave about ENFPs. Now, what's important about this is Dave is not an ENFP, he's an INFJ.
But Mike is an ENFP.
That's right. So I'm basically asking him to sort of have this dialogue with me to exchange ideas about his experience of my personality type. Because I'm not the only person he knows he was an ENFP. I'm his favorite person he knows, but I'm not the only person he knows.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so, all right, so Dave, why don't we just start off with some free association? I say ENFP, and what are some things that come to mind for you?
Disorganized.
Okay. Thanks, Dave.
No problem. I love you, Mike. But anyway, well, freewheeling, kind of carefree, unless, they get their hearts broken, then they're all upset. But
Sure.
But, they're loyal, they're dependable, and they always are interested in what you have to say.
Okay.
I find for the most part,
And that is true of other ENFPs.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Not only like narrowing it down to you, but everyone else. Yeah, pretty much.
Right. Okay. What are some? Now, those are some basic qualities. What are some qualities of the ENFP that you particularly appreciate? And I mean appreciate as an INFJ that you appreciate that other INFJs might appreciate.
Interesting and meaningful conversations.
Okay.
Always the case with the ENFP. I mean, you can never be bored, and you can never not want to talk to them and ask them questions, and they always have like some great answer for them, So if you want meaning and depth, which an INFJ would love, it's an ENFP. So.
Okay. What is well, now let's go to the opposite of that. What's really the most difficult thing to deal with an ENFP as an INFJ?
Well, maybe the lack of organization, but then again, I don't know. That doesn't really bother me with you specifically, but I just hate messes in general.
Like a good INFJ.
Oh, yes. But I'd say no real judgment quality. Everything's really relative, but that could also be a strong suit as well.
Okay.
But
try to be very diplomatic, Dave.
I'm trying to be diplomatic. It's really hard. I mean, who's the introvert here? I mean,
all right. Well, then let's dig deeper. What is when your judgment function, when your J is really hitting hard with an ENFP? What is your J not liking?
My J or my I, because
that's interesting. Okay, go either way.
Because and this is the case with any introvert extrovert relationship, I find, is that the introvert really digs, but I find that more so with an ENFJ INFJ relationship, because an ENFJ doesn't necessarily know that they're digging and they're touching on sensitive ground, but and of course an INFJ always retreats. It's just like, I'm gonna hide under the rock because it's comfortable there and it's quiet and I can write my poetry in peace. ENFPs, I don't know what it is, but they're a bit more welcoming when they dig. They don't use like a backhoe, metaphorically speaking. They use like a little like gardening shovel, and that's always nice.
Oh, that's good.
But, yeah, I'd have to say that. Although I can't really think of anything specific to an ENFP, but that's just what bothers me most of the time.
Okay. What do you like about the ENFP INFJ dynamic?
It's great. It's like we get each other really well. You know, it's like I'm drawing a blank here. But no, it's really like peaceful and mellow conversation. There's no like stress or anything. It's just like, oh man, Mike, you can't believe this. This I can like wig out about like a girl I saw or whatever, and be like, oh man, this girl is like the shit. She's like totally my type, and you'd be like, oh, that's amazing, Dave. Tell me about it, And I do the same to you, like, oh Mike, yeah, tell me all about this Can I say the doctor here?
The doctor.
The doctor. He's crushing on a psychologist. Can I be that detail?
Not the one I'm in therapy with.
Oh no, that's for another video.
That's good.
But yeah, it's really mellow, and it's like there's really no explanation for the most part. I mean, maybe I should. For an I, it's hard to go into like details and all that stuff, but I mean, for the most part, like I don't really need to. There's hardly any filter between the two, I find. So that's always helpful and enjoyable.
All right, David. As you know, we've been sort of watching different videos on YouTube from the different Myers-Briggs types, and that's what inspired us to do this interview dialogue. And there's one ENFP. It's a girl in a blue dress.
With
Air Force blue, right, with the flower.
A little corsage.
And I guess what I really want to know, Dave, is do I sound like that? Do I sound like her?
You're a lot more focused than she is.
But I must sound like her. You have to admit that this must be true, because if she's an ENFP, does she seem like an ENFP to you?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
It's hard to tell from like a 10-minute video, but yeah, it's pretty ENFP.
So I must sound like that when I talk.
You're more focused than her, but you are kind of choppy. Like it's like a million thoughts are trying to come out at once, and you're picking and choosing them at rapid fire.
It's true.
Yeah. Like, I guess the same as me, but in reverse, where I have like a million thoughts trying to push out, but for some reason they're all coming out linear. Like I feel scatterbrained right now, but if I were to play this back and watch it, I'd probably be doing pretty well with my thought process. So.
Okay. If you could communicate one thing to all the ENFPs, male, female, regardless of age, what would you want them to know?
What would I want all the ENFPs of the world to know?
The whole world.
The
entire planet of ENFPs. All the ENFPs.
Well, the ones that...
Including Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby is the man.
Yeah, he's an ENFP. Allegedly.
That would be awesome.
All right, but what do you want them to know? What do you think? It could be something helpful that they should know about themselves, or it could be something helpful that they could tell INFJs or when they're dealing with INFJs. What's something you'd like to communicate to all the ENFPs?
To all the ENFPs in the
Believe me, they're
world that
listening.
have access to YouTube.
They're absolutely paying attention to. Don't even kid yourself that they are watching this. I'd be on the edge of my seat. It's true.
That's hard. You're awesome. I mean, at least from
that's very sweet.
An INFJ perspective, you're rad. I mean, you do, for the most part, you do most of the talking, which is great for me because I love to listen, and I find it difficult to really get my abstract thoughts into verbalized manner. So it's great. It's very compatible. And they help. They help the INFJ a lot to help them verbalize. Like they bring out the best in people. That's what they say, and that's the case.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah. I mean, look at all the INFJ videos. They're all kind of quiet and mellow, and I'm kind of like a bit. At least I think I'm kind of loud. I'm louder than I normally am.
Yeah.
So, I'm acting goofy. So
all right.
I'm bringing out the best in people.
That's great. So. And on that note, we're at the end. So
yeah.
Take it easy.